In this video, I want to show you how to fill in missing values in Pandas. We're going to be working with Python here in Google Colab. And just a little intro, this is a very common thing to do in data science. A lot of times whenever you encounter a data set, there's usually going to be some missing values. Okay, usually somewhere along the line, something was missed. You sent out a survey and your participants didn't answer all the questions, or maybe you've got patient data and maybe they didn't show up for one of their appointments, or maybe one of the values was not inputted whenever it was supposed to be, or somewhere along the pipeline, some stuff got lost. Okay, it's always good to figure out why. Okay, you never really want to just assume, oh, it's okay, it's no big deal. Figure out why. Okay, go trace the pipeline, figure out what's going on, why is there missing data? Because again, you want to strive to have a full data set because you're trying to collect as much data as possible and have as much statistical integrity as possible. That's what you want to do. You want to try to keep that intact. But that can be a never-ending battle. Okay, so one of the common things to do is to go through and find your missing values and just drop them. Okay, I have another video showing you how to do that if you want to see how to do that. It's very simple. It's a common thing. Often you can do that if you're just missing a few things or your data isn't like super high stakes. Better way to do it is to go through and actually fill in missing values. So instead of just dropping those rows entirely, go through and actually fill in with some sort of imputed number. Okay, and that's a really good way to do it. Okay, that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So first thing is you want to identify if you have any missing values and where they are. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and load in Pandas to do our data science. We're going to load in Seaborn just to get a data set. Okay, so I'm going to pull in the Seaborn Penguins data set here. So again, it's a really easy to use data set. It has 344 rows here. It tells you the species, island, and then some statistics, both numerical and categorical, about these penguins. Okay, we got some numbers, we got some text. So if you look, you already can see that there's some missing values. So there's some NANs here already. You can see even in the first and last 5 rows. Okay, you can imagine that, guess what? In this truncated part here, there's probably some more missing values. Okay, there's 344 after all. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just identify where these missing values are. So if you do a quick little count here, we can just make a object called missing counts here. Okay, and what we'll do is it'll be a little series, and we'll assign it to our original penguins data set here, and we'll do a .isNA and a .sum. Okay, with the parentheses. And what that's going to do is it's going to go through each of these columns, and it's just going to count up. It's going to sum up the isNA values. Okay, so it's going to go through. Is it an NA? If it's true, it'll add it to 1, add it to 1, and so forth until it counts up until it's all done. So when you print that out, you can see that we are missing no values from species, no values from island. We have a couple values missing for the numerical data, and then we have 11 missing penguin sexes. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is to work with some categorical data. Okay, we have all of our species and our islands here, but the penguin sex, which is in as male or female, there's some missing ones. Okay, there's clearly some missing ones. And you can see already, there you go. This one here, this Gen 2 penguin, it's missing. Okay, this one up here, this Adelie is missing. Okay, so let's say instead of having those missing values, you just want to say that it's unknown. Okay, you don't know the sex of that penguin. Okay, that's great. You just wanted to say that. Okay, that's what we can do. So we can go through and we can fill in our categorical values with unknown, or you can replace this with anything. You could replace it with any other word that you would need for this, any data set you work with. We're just going to use the word unknown because, well, we don't know it. Okay, so we might as well keep that row if we can, but we don't know the sex of the penguin. Okay, so whenever you want to replace missing categorical values, what we're going to do is we're going to type in our original data frame name here, penguins, and in square bracket, we're going to type in the column that we're working with here, which is going to be that sex column. It's in square brackets, it's in quotes. And then we're going to go ahead and hit equals, so we'll assign it to our penguins data set. Okay, again, in square brackets and quotes, that sex column. And then we're going to do a .fill NA. Okay, so we're going to go through and fill in the NA values. And what we want to do is in parentheses, this is where we put in what we're going to fill it with. We're going to do quotes and just the word unknown. Okay, notice the males and the females have capital M's or F's, so we're just going to do a capital U to make it look nice. And there you go, we're just going to fill those in with unknown. Okay, so now whenever you print out our penguins data set, we overwrote that, okay, our original. And you can see here that now, male, female, female, instead of it saying NAN, it now says unknown here. Okay, and same thing here. And it did the same thing for all the other ones. Okay, so again, it goes through and it just fills in a categorical value. Let's say you had like patient name, okay, and let's say you had like data on patient names, and the name isn't very important. Let's say it's just anonymous anyway, okay, it's just like a little bit of an anonymous thing. And let's say sometimes you're missing them. You could go through and you could assign all of the missing names to Steve, okay, and just be like, look, that doesn't mean anything anyway, I just don't want it to be empty in case I have to show somebody this row, okay, something like that. Okay, you could just go through and just fill in all the categorical stuff with a new word. Okay, easy, whatever you have to do here. Okay, or whatever text really, whatever string you really want to put in there. It could be longer than just one word too. Okay, so that's a common thing to do when you're working with categorical values. Just fill it in with like unknown or some other little placeholder. Okay. The other thing that I want to show you is how to deal with numerical values. Okay, numerical values are nice because you can fill them in very easily with the mean or the median, which makes your data have a lot more integrity. Okay, sometimes you can run through some statistics and see which one of those would be more appropriate, but it's a lot of times better than just dropping those rows. And it's a lot of times better than just using like zeros or something, because you can imagine that, if you're doing statistics on this here and you just replace all of these missing numbers here with zeros, first of all, it's not possible. Okay, penguins have bills and flippers and things, like they're not invisible, they have a value to them, but it's going to skew your data, and if you put in 1,000 or some crazy big number here just to show you don't have it, again, it's going to skew your data. It's going to go to the left or the right. It's going to mess up all your numbers, and it's just not good to do. Okay, so what we can do is we can go through and we can say, hey, instead of putting in some crazy number here or zero, why don't we just look at this column, okay, and just fill it in with the average or with the median, so that it doesn't really change our numbers all that much. Okay, so that kind of maintains that integrity. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to fill in our numerical values with either the median or the mean. I'm going to show you how to do both here. Okay, so there are better ways to do this. Okay, I have that little note down here. Yes, there's 100% better ways to do this. And there's more advanced ways to do categorical. Like maybe you want to fill it in with the most common one, or you want to look and see that it probably could be like based on the body mass, maybe it could probably be male or female. Future videos, I'd love to cover that. Get subscribed to see those. But for now, I just want to show you the real simple, easy way to get started with this. So numerical values. The first thing that you're going to want to do whenever we're working with calculating and imputing here and filling in with the median or means is you got to figure out what those are. Okay, so what I have here is I just have 4 lines of code that go through, and they just calculate whatever we're going to do. So for our bill length column, okay, so our bill length column, we're going to fill in the missing values with the median. Okay, so I have new number here. I'm going to call it median bill length. Okay, and to calculate that, I'm going to set it equal to our penguins data frame, open up some square brackets, some quotes, and pull in our bill length millimeters column, exactly as it comes in the data frame there. And then all I'm going to do at the end is I'm going to type dot median with parentheses, and it's going to go down that column for me, and it's going to calculate the median, and it's going to save it to this variable right here. I did the same thing for bill depth. Okay, I made a number called median bill depth, set it equal to our penguins bill depth column dot median. And again, all this does is it just takes the median of this column, throws it in this variable. I did the same thing with flipper length, median, take it from our penguins data set, flipper length, median, there you go. The last one for body mass, I didn't do median, I did average. So let's say for some reason you need to use an average number instead. Okay, average body mass, go to our penguins data frame, find the body mass column, and then just instead of typing dot median with parentheses, I typed in dot mean with parentheses. And now it's going to calculate the mean of that column, the average, instead of the median. Okay, remember the median is the middle number, the mean is the average. Okay, so just know that those are 2 different statistics there. Okay, then all you have to do is go through and just replace the NA values, replace those missing values with those new numbers. Okay, so what I have is I have our penguins data frame here, and I tell it to find the bill length column, square brackets and quotes there. And then I have an equals penguins bill length again, dot fill NA. This time, in parentheses, we're not going to have a string, we're not going to have unknown, but we're just going to type in our variable that we calculated up here, that median build length. Okay, so to read that through, basically in our data frame here, our Penguins data frame, we're going to look at the build length column, and to calculate that, to fill in what we're doing here, I want you to go to our original, find the build length, anywhere there's an NA, fill it in with our median. And then I just have that basically copied and pasted and just swap out those words for the next 2 lines there. Okay, so same thing, change it to build depth. Going to look for build depth. We're going to fill it in with our median build depth. Flipper length, find our flipper length, fill it in with the median flipper length. And then for the last one, it's the same thing. Body mass, find the body mass and fill it in with our average body mass instead of the median. Okay, but it's the same idea up here, same structure. Now, whenever you print out Penguins, whenever you print out our final data frame here that we're looking at, you can see that everything has been filled in. Okay, it determined that whatever that median was, and it just input that value in here. So for instance, our median build length was 44.45. Right here for, looks like the row 4 was missing. Now you can see where it was missing, it's now 44.45. Okay, so it just went through and just filled that in. Okay, so again, not the best way to do it. I'll show you better ways in future videos, but that's a quick and easy way to do it. And this works honestly perfect if you only have a few things to do here, if you only have a column or 2 to fix. 4, it starts to feel a little repetitive. Generally, if you have to copy and paste, you should write a function or you should figure out the better way to do it. But again, if you're just doing a column or 2, this is a perfect way to do that. Okay, again, I did a 4 here. It seems a little cumbersome, but it works. Okay, it gets the job done. And again, at the end of the day, that just went through and it filled in, but it imputed. It didn't just drop those rows or drop the whole column. You fill it in with something else. Okay, fill it in with the mean. Fill it in with the median. Fill it in with a placeholder value. Fill it in so that you can maintain the integrity of your data set. Okay, and because we filled in the missing sex columns, and because we filled in these missing measurement columns, if you went through and do a quick final check, new missing counts on Penguins, find the NAs and count them up, you can see that we have eliminated all of them and we've completely filled in our data set now. And notice when we started this all, we had 344 rows. When we finished it, we have 344 rows. So we didn't drop any rows, we filled in those values instead. Okay. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope you learned something about data science here. Get subscribed to see future videos on how to do this in even better methods.